Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/idontworkherelady, where people tell us their craziest stories on when they got mistaken for being an employee at somewhere they didn't work. If you're new around here, please do hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video. But for now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. I don't work here anymore, lady. This was very recent, but it fits the theme of this subreddit. So, well, I had to share it with you guys. I used to work at Costco. I worked at that store ever since graduating high school, and I recently left the job to pursue a new career outside of retail. Retail is hell, and I know how hellish it can be, but trust me when I say that if customers can be entitled, just imagine how entitled a card-carrying Costco member with a chip on their shoulder can be. Over here, Karens come in bulk at Costco. So I'm shopping, picking up a few groceries for the week, when I run into the most unpleasant of members. I remember her because she was one of those entitled members who would be a complete douchebag to you. Never apologize, then smirk after she gets her way. Now, with the scene set, let's run down the players. M is me, EB is entitled witch, FM is former manager, and FGM is former general manager. I'm walking towards the registers when I heard the familiar screech of entitled witch. Hey, wait, I forgot to grab eggs. I need you to go grab me 2 packs of eggs. No please, no questions, just an order. What? Hey, listen, I don't work here. Stop BSing me, of course you do, you've worked here forever. She then says my name. Now, get me my eggs, boy. Listen, even if I did work here still, I wouldn't be allowed to help you off the clock, so go find someone else. I proceed to walk away, that's when this woman grabs my arm, digging her nails in. Listen here, you ungrateful brat. I react as anyone would. I pull my arm back and my patience is all gone. I lay into this woman. What part of I don't work here don't you understand, you annoying woman? Go get your own eggs, leave me alone or I'm calling the cops. I head to the registers where a former manager taps me on the shoulder. He wasn't my manager, but one of the managers there. Hey, OP, can you come with me to the office real quick? I see that entitled witch is with him. I guess in hindsight, I could have told him no. I could have told him to screw off. I never liked him, but I never had to really work under him. Former manager is one of those brown-nosing losers who always gets promoted in retail. He was hired as a stocker about 5 years ago, but is now a manager. My autopilot kicked in and I just said sure, but what happened next puts a whole new layer on this situation. Hey M, I don't know what got into you, but you do not talk to our members like that. I'm writing you up for insubordination and not following our code or ethics. Hold on, do you not? The brown noser cuts me off. I should just send you home, but after signing this, you will help out this member. You will apologize to her, and you better get your act together. Listen, you have to... At this point, entitled woman cuts me off. This is why you don't mess with the manager's mum, you ungrateful douchebag. Please mum, just wait. Now I chime in. Wait, this entitled woman is your mum. No wonder you're such an insufferable little loser. At this point, I tear up the paperwork he wanted me to sign. Former manager started getting angry, raising his voice when my former general manager, the general manager of this Costco location, sees me and says, "Oh, hey Em, what are you doing here?" I was grocery shopping, but... Former manager cuts me off again, he proceeds to explain everything. I swear, former manager's face turned ghost white when the former general manager said, "You can't write M up, he doesn't work here. His last day was a couple of weeks ago. We even had a cake in the break room for him." At this point, I chime in as former manager stammers a few guttural sounds. I'm a member like everyone else, and I'm appalled to be treated like this by one of your managers, and his awful mum. I raise my arm, showing the scratch marks from entitled woman's nails. This woman grabbed me, scratched me, and would not stop harassing me. I should have you guys call the cops. This is so ridiculous. I'm a card-carrying member, and unlike her, who probably has a free membership from former manager, I paid for mine. All this ended up being worth it, to see former manager's smug grin disappear completely from his face. And his mum looking so angry, this whale was red in the face. Eventually, I didn't press charges, but my former general manager did offer me a $25 Costco cash card to make it right. Usually, if there is enough of an issue, a manager can have a $25 cash card issued to a member to apologize. Usually, they pawn this duty off to a supervisor. I asked to have former manager be the one to activate the cash card for me. I still shop here. Every time I see former manager, he looks away and doesn't interact with me. I go out of my way to have him help me because I love watching that brown-nosing little loser squirm. I especially love it when I have him run to the back to get me my eggs. Oh, I love that ending, just saying, "Oh, can you just go get my eggs, please? Yeah, thank you." Embarrassed lady at the grocery store. I'm a tall bearded guy. That day, I was wearing torn up jeans and a Rob Zombie t-shirt with psychedelic skulls and stuff like that on it, far from the clean blue polos that the staff wears. I was browsing the aisles looking for my stuff, with the basket in my hand, not expecting to be talked to as usual, when this short lady comes in behind me, and here's the short conversation. "Excuse me?" I turned around to look at her, exposing my t-shirt a couple inches from her. "Hi." She takes a glance at my t-shirt and my whole clothing, visibly realizing I do not work there, but still decides to give it a try, clearly embarrassed. You don't work here, do you?" When I am taken by surprise, sometimes I just brain fart and say nonsense. Yeah? Me again? No, I don't. She was probably as confused as I was, but after this whole awkward moment, she just giggled a bit and left. By the time I realized what had just happened, I had a small laugh about it too. I just had to include the quick wholesome one, we've always got to include them somewhere. I definitely do not work for Great Buy, and you should definitely not touch strangers. You never know, that stranger might just hate to be touched. I just got off work and I was killing time because I was meeting a friend, then going to the range. How I look. My company uniform is a blue polo t-shirt with the company's logo above the left breast pocket, grey Dickies, and steel-toed boots. That day, I was wearing shorts, as it was so ungodly hot outside. I'm fully sleeved, so are my legs, and have quite a few scars on my forearms. Some of them messed up my tats. So I was at Great Buy looking at the headphones while I'm listening to a lecture on cosmology. Not really understanding most of it, I just find it interesting. So I can hear pretty well. When I hear it, somebody's snapping their fingers, and like most people, I despise when people do that nonsense. I didn't think it was geared towards me, but I just had to look at whoever was doing that terrible action. Side note, I've worked on and off in different ways in the service industry, so I like to talk bad to a terrible customer when I'm just another customer. So I turn around and there it is. A whole Karen, with their hairstyle and the pink jumpsuit, in all her entitled glory. She locks eyes with me and says, what I can't believe that she's actually saying this because I've read it here so many times. "I've been trying to get your attention for 20 minutes now. I've been at the store for about 5 minutes. You really shouldn't be listening to bad music while you're at work. Now, tell me what..." I cut her off. "Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are talking to? 'Cause it better not be me. I don't work here. Now go away." Then I walked away. She was shuddering and not saying complete words. So I went to the games area. Now, what happened next is going to need a bit of context. I was homeless for a decent amount of time in my life, and when you are homeless, you tend to get jumpy and your reactions to being surprise touched become sharp and fast. My family and friends know that you should not sneak up on me. So there I am in the games area, with my headphones in, when I feel a larger hand grab my shoulder hard. It makes me spin around, throwing up an elbow at my attacker, and I connect with the jaw of a man that's about my size. He goes to the ground and immediately starts bleeding. And who is standing next to him? Of course it's Karen, who is now screaming, "He's attacking my husband! He's attacking my husband!" I'm assuming that he was there to defend his lady's honor or some BS like that. So, of course, several employees and managers are now flying to our direction and are already calling the police. This store happens to have one of those strange police station satellites in the strip mall. I always laugh at that, as it's between a rent-to-own store and a head shop. So the cops were literally in the parking lot. They just walked in and saw me standing over a bleeding dude and his hysterical wife. And they separated us at first and didn't even ask me for my side of the story. They just saw me and decided my guilt. Cop number 1 said, "I'm going to put you in handcuffs so I will feel comfortable." Well, you do have a piece, so yeah, I'd like you to feel as comfortable as possible, said as sarcastically as I can. "You got a lot of tats. What crew are you with?" By the way, he made air quotes when he said that. What? No, I don't have a crew. Really? 'Cause you have some obvious bullet wounds. I've been hit once and it was just a graze. That is another wound. Now I'm getting uncomfortable. I think it's time for me to talk to your supervisor. I can now see an ambulance roll up to the storefront, and a few minutes later I see a stretcher with Karen's husband on it. Me literally laughing out loud. "Oh, so that's funny to you, huh?" And it will be to you as well when you find out what really happened. So finally the cop's supervisor walking over to us, and I think finally I will get to tell my side of the story. But I was somewhat wrong. The cop supervisor to cop number 1, "Why is he handcuffed? Isn't he under arrest? No, I saw the video. He was blah blah blah, you already read the story." Me to the cop supervisor, "Yeah, cop number 1 said that they would feel more comfortable if I was cuffed. I thought it was BS, but I don't have a piece. Sir, are you going to want to press charges against the idiot who put his hands on me, or your fellow officers for handcuffing me?" And says degrading things like, blah blah, you already read it. No, I just want to get out of here. Cop number 1 apologizes, then finally takes the cuffs off. I then started to book it out of the store. My friend is definitely angry because she had no idea why I wasn't there yet, due to the fact that I couldn't text her back because of the cuffs and all. And that was it. Unlike a lot of stories I've seen here, no manager offered me any free stuff or anything like that. I was told by the store manager that I wouldn't be welcomed in the store. Lol, like I cared. Great Buy was always overpriced anyways. The ridiculous end. I feel bad for Karen's husband. He just wanted to defend his wife's honor and he didn't even get to see the guy before getting knocked out. Karen harasses me in store and asks for my manager, among other things. Some context. I'm 16 and I don't currently work anywhere as I draw commissions. I always carry my sketchbook with me. This will be important later on, and it's fairly full at the moment. Now onto the harassment. I'd recently gotten my mum's old car. She had a new one now, this was worked out previously, and decided to go for a grocery run, mainly because my mum is off at my grandparents' house because of some IRL reasons. I get the list from my dad and everything seems great. Everyone is super nice. And this particular grocery store just got remodeled, so I was having trouble finding some things, but not too bad. The staff at the grocery store wear a blue polo, black pants, and sometimes a blue apron with the store name embroidered on it. I was wearing a blue t-shirt and some very comfy black leggings, and this was just a normal outfit for me, as it helped to keep me comfy but not hot. I was getting some eggs when I hear a loud, "Excuse me," from behind me. I turn around. "Hello?" I ask, wanting to be polite and not be rude. Me, Willow, King of Thorns. K, the Wild Karen. OE, other employee who helped me earlier and was very nice. "Excuse me, I need help finding item A, B, and C." "Oh, sorry ma'am, I don't work here. There's an employee over there though." I point at the other employee who walks over. "Hello ma'am, how can I help you today?" It's important to mention that at this point, I have my sketchbook in my car. It's my son, thank you very much. "Why won't she help me?" She points at me. "I don't work here, I'm here to buy groceries." "No, you obviously have on the uniform. You work here." She stalks towards me. Y'all, I ain't kidding when I say stalked. "I don't work here, like I've told you. My shirt doesn't have the grocery store embroidered on it." Karen is at my cart and snatches my sketchbook. "Well, I'm taking this for compensation for my time wasted." "Ma'am, you can't do that. That's theft of property." I'm fuming. "I'll give it back once I see your manager." "I don't work here. How else do I say it?" "I'll get the store manager if you give her back her sketchbook." "Fine." She slams my sketchbook into my car and bends one of the corners permanently. I glare at her and walk off. That's the end of this experience. I don't want to go to the grocery store alone again. Why would you take compensation from someone for wasting your time? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You don't just go up to someone and go, "Oh, I'm taking your wallet, you wasted my time." I know. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.